In the fall of 2012, 10 students were asked to make a short film about stormwater quality and how human activity adversely affects the characteristics of stormwater runoff, which then affects the health of the arroyos and eventually the river. It was difficult at first. The students were from 3 different high schools. None of them knew the extent of the problem or the issues involved, and none of them had more than a little experience in filmmaking. At first they struggled with the complexity of the task. There are many different kinds of human waste picked up by the stormwater from yards, sidewalks, and streets, and then carried down to the drains, into the arroyos, and down to the river. Household toxins like paint and cleaning fluids, poisonous pest sprays, chemical-laden fertilizers, heavy metals, pollutants from millions of tires wearing away on the roads, and other automobile products like antifreeze, oil, even gasoline. And last, a big problem that few people think about: waste from pets. They discussed portraying the worst that could happen, how the continued poisoning of our surroundings could possibly create a nightmarish future, one where the environment would strike back, where fresh water was unavailable, where an out-of-control Earth could become intolerable. A place of horrific situations, undreamed of scenarios, inexplicable mutations of life, dangerous, unstoppable creatures. Maybe, if enough poisons entered the water system, a new world order might come about. A bizarre world. A zombie world. But, after careful consideration, the students concluded that this was too broad, and it would be better to make a film targeting some action that everyone could participate in. They determined there was one thing they could make a statement about. One thing they could encourage people to do that would make a difference. And they decided to forget about the monsters and zombies and make a movie with a positive message and music.
You know what? Yeah, we like the west side. Rio Rancho High, Bernalillo, dog diggity, yeah, no doubt. Hey, play on Rio Rancho, play on Bernalillo. Doggy get down, good dog. Dude down walking this street and the bosque. Sweat cover much ground. Ain't a bad hound in the heat of the day is good. Each and every day the Southwest way. Dude and his dog, they doing fine. Until he left the duty, that's a shame, bow wow. Even zombies know who to blame. East side to the west side, cross side 25 and a car ride. I hope he gets the treats in the stash. Eggs and bacon give him gas fast when it comes to the snacks. I notice that dance, it's on when he kicks like a rapper doggy. When you do your do, I'm gonna help you. Can I get down so I can? Yeah. I like the way you walk it, dog diggity. We've got to bag it up. I like the way you walk it, dog diggity. We got to bag it up. I like the way you walk it, dog diggity. We got to bag it up. I like the way you walk it, dog diggity. We got to bag it up. Ayo, 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 ayo. Let's keep the river clean. Ayo, 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 ayo. Pick it up, keep the town clean. Ayo, 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 ayo. Don't want a swimming pool. Ayo, 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 ayo. Yeah. I like the way you walk it, dog diggity. You got to bag it up.
I'm glad you had a moment to watch this film, and I hope the message is clear, and that you consider doing your part and scoop the poop.
Why do you think it's important to keep the environment clean?
Because if we didn't, there'd be trash everywhere, and there'd be poop everywhere, and we could become zombies.
I've lived with a lot of people that have dogs, and you know, it's kind of gross when they just leave it.
If you could impact the world in one way, what would it be?
I have no idea.
Solve air pollution? Solve water pollution?
I don't know if that's solvable in this generation.
I didn't really know much about scoop the poop and how dangerous dog poop could be to the environment and the drinking water, but now that I do, I definitely pick up my own dog's poop because I don't want to be drinking dog poop.
First found out that there's a lot of debris and head wastes that end up going into the arroyos, and from the runoffs from people not picking up their trash or not picking up the dog poop, and that all runs into the arroyos, and then later on it eventually runs into the rivers, and that contaminates and affects the environment.
For this project, I was involved in another group that dealt with water quality, and so I learned some about scooping the poop and keeping the arroyos clean and such, and so I guess I kind of had the thought that it needed to be done.
I learned that not a lot of people know how much dog waste really does get into the river. Well, there's like a couple 100,000 dogs in the metro area, and over 60 million pounds, yeah.
Didn't know how important it was to pick up after your dog. Like, I didn't know it could affect us personally, but I definitely learned that you should pick up after them.
So into the environment, I already knew that dog waste and such were in the river and in the arroyos, but I didn't really know how much was going into it, which was kind of disgusting. 60 million pounds a year. Yeah, that's a lot of poop.
All this dog poop creates many problems in the rivers and especially in the arroyos. Not just dog poop, also littering of bags and your soda cans, many other things all affect the rivers.
Well, stormwater quality is definitely affected by humans, and we really have to take care of it. And by not dumping things into the street that you should dump it in the trash can or take it to a waste center, and really paying attention to what you do with it will affect everybody in the long run. And we really want to take care of it because we want our world to be beautiful and not to be this ugly thing where nobody wants to go swimming in the river because it has poop in it. That'd be pretty disgusting.
Trees of green and red roses too, I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. See friends shaking hands singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you.
Which, yeah, that's a lot of poop. That's a lot.